guys, welcome to our YouTube channel. I am Okwemi. If this is your first time seeing us on this platform, it's good to see you too. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't subscribed. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you very much. I hope you've pressed the notification bell button so that you can get notified when we put up interesting topics on this channel. Today with me, I have Busayo.
Hi.
And I have Blessing.
Hello.
Okay, together we're going to be dissecting this juicy topic for you to understand properly. So today's topic is going to be about instances where people think they are married, but in the actual sense, legally they are not married. They are literally just living together, cohabiting together. So I'm going to give you this instance. On social media some few days ago or so, there was this popular story, is it popular, I don't know, about a woman who came online and she was crying that the side chick is trying to take her husband, that she has 3 kids with the man, So the friend of the woman, that's the person that was being dragged and claimed to be a side chick, came out to say the woman is lying. Do you understand that the woman that has 3 children, that she's lying, that in fact she is the side chick? But apparently because she already has 3 kids,
Controversy.
she already assumed they are married, that this person is actually her husband.
Right.
Meanwhile, the man legally married the so-called side chick.
Wow.
So let's say the side chick did not even have any child for the man. But you feel because you have 6 children, you have 7 children.
They are married and it's my husband.
Yes.
Then things like that. I think it's something that is prevalent in Lagos.
Generally, actually.
Once you're already living with this person, irrespective of whether you're giving birth for him or not, so far you're already cohabiting for years. Just assume that. Just like calling yourself,
Yes, who do that?
even your friends too will be like, Shotiba, your wife, sorrow, all those kind of, they'll start terming it as husband and wife.
Even from dating, yeah.
Dating too.
They already saying
You're not husband and wife anything though. Husband and wife, they are people that are legally married. They are couples living together, they are legally married and all.
Yes.
So irrespective of you have given birth to how many kids and you are staying for years, it doesn't mean that you are married. You are married.
I remember in my family law class, the first day in that class, lecturer walked in and he said, in this class, some of you would realize that your parents were never married. Like, do you know how shocked you'll be when someone just tell you that you even know your parents are not married, like, and your parents have been living together for 20, 30, forever.
You'll be expecting to see pictures.
Yes.
Where is my mother picture of how she wore the bridal gown and how she walked down the aisle to say
There's this person I know. He was telling me, and actually I was very shocked when he was like, his father married his mother. They're from the same village and they are bearing the same name. And I'm like, really? He said yes, they are married. And to him, there's nothing wrong. And I believe I asked questions. That led me to asking questions. And at some point, I just realized that the mother and the father are distant cousins. And that's not a marriage. In the eyes of the law, there is no marriage.
In Nigeria, because I think some other countries, it happens,
in the north thing, it's a thing for them. They've married their cousins.
But in other words, there's no marriage.
There's no marriage in that instance.
There's no marriage at all. There's no marriage. We also have situations whereby you see maybe sisters, maybe the younger. I won't know somebody. This is a personal thing. The sister, she was living with her sister. When situations whereby you have this really young sister and then you're married and she is taking care of the sister's kids and also going to school and all that. And then the brother of the husband, of her sister's husband, liked her, saw her in the house and then liked her, and today they are married. But that's not a marriage. Even in the eyes of the Lord, that's not a marriage.
Marriage to cousins, marriage to people you are related to by blood, marriage to people you are related to as a result of marriage. They are not your in-law per se, but because your sister married them, automatically become the in-law of everybody in the family. If you marry such people, such marriage under the law does not count, does not exist. You are literally cohabiting for all the law cares. So to avoid it, please don't get away from family relationships.
While all this is entering my head left and right, I just remembered a picture, like a scenario now. Maybe you have a cute cousin as a guy.
Oh my God.
So you're already crushing on this person. it be crushed. Just
let it end a natural
because
death.
really nothing can happen
Yeah,
after that.
nothing,
Or okay,
nothing.
maybe you didn't know that this person was your cousin, and you now
Yeah.
started dating.
That was
Once you
real.
know that is your cousin, just jump on bed because there's no need.
You know these days that there was a story of also a man that was like maybe a serial donor or
Yeah.
something, and they said he has produced, I don't know, hundreds of children.
Wow.
Can you imagine his children meeting
Getting
somewhere and
married
falling in
and-
love and
Yeah,
getting
definitely
married?
to come. That one is not. It's very possible.
If they find
one
out,
way or the other, they
Okay,
will.
there's
eventually,
also this
then that marriage is
story.
not valid.
This story whereby the lady said the cousin was married to this man here in Nigeria, and then she met him outside, I think in UK or something, and they are both married now. They are legally married. So the family here, she's saying that, and she was not aware that this was her cousin's husband, who is now her own husband. So the family are asking her to stay away from that marriage. That's to leave the marriage. I think children are involved. But in such situation, the truth is, here in Nigeria, there's no marriage.
There's no marriage.
There's no marriage.
There's actually no marriage because this person was married to your cousin, then came and got married to you. It's your in-law, even if they are divorced. I don't even think there was a relationship at first, whether you are
Who
well
wants
with
to divorce them?
There's no
or
marriage.
not. I don't think there's
In
a
such
marriage
situation,
there.
just pack your things
And go because
carry your
there's no
fire.
marriage in the first
Even
place.
a marriage whereby there was an existing marriage, some people they just carry their bags, just leave somebody's house. No divorce. They were legally married. Though.
Yeah.
They just carry their kaya. They say today maybe the man was abusing them or the woman was being abusive, maybe verbal or domestic abuse. I don't know, or any of which one. And they just decide, okay, I don't want to get married again. The proper thing, please get divorced legally.
Divorce.
Then you now carry yourself. You just start seeing photo shoots popping up left, right, center. You are not married.
You know, on this divorce thing, I've seen people that were like, they got divorced. But in the real sense, some people just assume separation is the same thing as divorce.
Yeah.
They don't go to the court of law. They don't do the proper thing. They
For
just
the
feel
solution of that marriage.
They just feel once they've been away for like maybe 3, 4, 5 days, they feel like what's done on here, it's over between us. No, you have to do the proper thing. If you could actually take up the pain of going to court to do your registry or church or wherever you were joined together, you have to go through that process. It's even more tedious when you want to get divorced. Make sure that is like you
Dissolve. Totally.
Otherwise, legally that person is still your
It
spouse.
can actually
Yeah.
be painful when you love this other person and you then decide to cohabit with this person and want to do the proper thing. Meanwhile, the initial one you did not dissolve it. So when you now find out that this one that you're actually in love with, there's no marriage.
Yeah.
It's a painful thing now. It's
I think
not.
the more painful thing would even be maybe that person, nobody is praying for death. Maybe that person dies. And you were saying, it's my husband, and the family comes and be like, Auntie, carry your luggage. Oh yeah, go. And then you now realize that truly you were not married to that person and there are children involved. It's painful.
It's painful.
Because they don't have any rights.
Yeah.
So,
And
you
there's-
don't-
you can't even fight for
You
yourself.
cannot because there was
How?
no marriage. There was no marriage. The family can decide to do anything at that point in time. We also, when we talk of existing marriage, there was even this wedding I went for, and the whole day, like practically, I think we spent more than 3 hours there. Till we left there, the husband did not show his face. We don't even know what the husband looks like. Yes, the bride was coming out, Ashwebi, this whole marriage gang, and everything was happening, but to be honest, there was no groom. At some point,
it was only the bride that was there.
at some point, we were wondering, is it that the bride was getting married to herself? Because we have situations like that.
That's what it looks like.
But till the marriage ends, even till today as I'm talking, the lady has not posted, and some of the friends of the bride were like, whether that's even, should we even call her a bride? Some of the friends of the lady were saying the man is married and he doesn't want the pictures to come up so that the wife doesn't see that. That's not a marriage. It doesn't matter how much you love the person, you're not married.
Yeah.
And tomorrow you should not go expecting anything. And if you now carry yourself and tomorrow you want to go to the court so that you can get divorced, so that you can get one alimony. Auntie, sorry, you were
That's
not
right.
married.
I just feel it is important to carry out due diligence.
Yeah.
Make sure you find out, because ask questions. Are you married? Is there anybody somewhere that's assuming they are still married to you?
Exactly.
You know, you can. I don't feel, because it's a public place, if you're not certain, you can even go and find out yourself in this person, because all those documents, they are going to be there.
Does it even need to even, like, do you need to actually go
That
to
far,
that far? Like, because if you want to marry this person, why not do your due diligence?
Yeah, just do your due diligence.
Don't just say because of love's sake and you want to cover your eyes or something.
Because not
So
love.
it's not
Now
just
it's
okay to
money.
just separate.
And then this person is rich.
Yeah,
he has
money.
everything that you
Everything,
need.
or he ticks all your
Ticks all your boxes.
boxes.
So you just want to jump into the lagoon.
Also,
Like
another situation is where people get married without really obtaining the consent of the person they want to get married to. Now you say you love this person, and the person is like maybe hesitant and reluctant to marry you, and you are threatening to kill yourself. If you don't marry me, I'm going to cut myself, I'm going to die, I'm going to this, you know. And the person, they don't want you to die on their neck now. I mean, there are guys that actually marry people like
based
that.
on that
There are people, don't let me say
situation.
guys, you know, you just pity you, and
That's tourist.
in that situation,
Yeah.
like that marriage under the law is literally not existent, right? Because of the situation with which you gave your consent. It wasn't something you really wanted to do. Or let's say someone was for example, this era where people are doing surgery up and down. People are changing from men to women, from women to men, anyhow they want it. Now if you assuming somebody is a woman and you go ahead and marry this person, and you eventually find out that the person is a man, that marriage is not married. You're not married.
Maybe when a little girl growing up, maybe at 3 years, her father had already
Giving her
paid,
out.
giving her out, and also in that way too, she didn't give her consent.
Yeah.
Some even as babies, you see families, maybe they are in business and then they want it to become a long-lasting generational relationship. They betroth the daughter at a young age to their son, and at some points they will now tell you when you are matured. They start ringing it in the heads of those children. This, you are going to get married to this person, you're going to, and sometimes the children will be like, okay. At some point, life will happen, and this person goes here, meets somebody, this other person, and the parents are like, you remember we told you when you were young, and they have no choice. Actually, that is not a marriage.
It's not.
It is not. We also have situation whereby some people get married. Some of us like this destination marriage because I like it. Yes, I do. Yeah, destination wedding. Yeah, wedding of your
2
dreams.
a.m.
2 a.m., 1 a.m., 12 a.m., 3 a.m., and you're like, or maybe you just want to do your thing, you don't want much people, and then I just want few people, and then you're doing that 4 a.m. wedding.
Yeah, breaching all the laws.
There's no marriage.
You don't do due, you don't go through the due
The
process of the
celebration
law.
was not complying with the time.
So
It was not complying with the location. It was not complying with the number of witnesses.
at all.
Like,
At all.
you know, people that just get married, don't let that. It's only the two of you.
Yes, there are situations like
And the
that.
witnesses, the law says 2 or more witnesses, right?
Yeah.
So that kind of situation, that marriage is not, because both people
No,
you
there's
not get
nothing.
married and come and tell everybody on social media, I am married. So
Okay.
my intimate wedding ceremony.
Who
Amazing.
joined you two together?
Yeah, amazing situations
Even at the registry,
like
court registry, who will be there to attend to you at that time? So really, whatever you are doing is just within yourself.
Yes.
Nobody.
And do you know there are people that even get married, and the person that is joining them together may not be the right person too. It happens.
Yes.
Maybe I just say maybe their pastor says this time is not convenient for me or something. They just pick a friend. I've seen situations like that.
To join them.
Join us, just
That's
to
true.
say I
think you should say
do.
it in Nollywood
Yes,
very
you
well.
just join us, just
So far, there's
I
someone
do,
saying the
and then they
thing
just
for
say
them
I
to
do,
follow.
and that's really not a marriage. And tomorrow you go on social media, because that's where we say all these things the most. People start posting, I'm married, that's not marriage.
And so, if I see something like that now, I will say, okay, they are married. Like,
Yeah.
okay, fine, they are
Yes.
married. But if you go down, like, deep into how they got married and all,
Yes,
you see
I-
that
the
there's
process
nothing
was not
actually.
really
I
followed.
don't think where these processes are very crucial is in case of the future, in case this person wants to marry another person and you don't want it, in case of death, in case, in case of all this kind of situation, so that you can have proof of, proof of things to fight for yourself, like to stand for yourself and fight for your children too. So that they don't cast you away and say, after all, there was no marriage, right?
Exactly.
Because if you don't have all this proof, even the law will not be able to stand by your side and such. Because apparently, if there's no reason, people can literally live for years without having to fight on whether we are legally married or not. If there's nothing bringing up the, would I question the roots?
Nobody would say anything.
Nobody would really.
Then, but you just wake up one day and just realize that there was nothing. And it's quite pathetic when you stay. Maybe you see some people cohabit for 20, 30 years, and then you just realize that there's nothing to aid you when when the need arises. Because let's just say the family knows that there was no marriage, but to you, you're married, and they'll be calling you our wife.
You're the only one married. Like you're the only one.
So people are in the marriage with
themselves. So
and they'll be calling you Yawowa. But when something happens, it's not just in the Yoruba tribe; it's in every tribe. It's cut across every tribe. And then you just realize that so they can actually throw you out. Yes, they can, and yes, they will. And there is nothing anybody will or can do about it. The only thing we can do for you is we will just be thinking the children.
Yes.
But they would have gone through lots of unnecessary pain that you can avoid, and trauma too. And even you too. Your emotional health is important. So that's why we are educating you on this, so that you know
avoid this kind
what
of
to
situation.
do and what not. Not because the guy will say, I love you so much.
Like it actually goes a long way.
I love you so much.
I love you thing.
And then you are eloping. No consent of parents. Nobody has witnessed.
Some people even go as far as no payment of dowry.
Don't pay your bride price.
Family don't even know the person that you're getting married
with this
to.
person. It's a wrong thing.
It's more of like they just stole you away. Like they just stole somebody's daughter and you went to settle somewhere far away. And you just start your own.
I really want us to let you all know that this is a very wrong thing to start with. When you just want to go out and cohabit with this person because you love the person, because you want to spend the rest of your life with.
I actually think some people don't just start from when they are doing that boyfriend and girlfriend thing. And you just want to spend 1 month.
The guy has
1 month, 2 months, then 2 months, 3 months.
Then you start backing your load.
Little by little.
Then you might get pregnant. Then you like, we're cooking man here. Let's cook man stay. So guys, we've mentioned instances and situations where you can actually get married to someone and your marriage is going to be declared invalid, void, like non-existent by the law. So we are going to be telling you how you should actually get married now, so that you are going to avoid all of those pitfalls. You have to carry your own due diligence, and these things might actually sound, you might just be like, it doesn't really matter. But God forbid, if someone lose their spouse and they have to claim some of the rights of those spouse, you have to tender proof, evidence that this person is your husband. They're not just going to look at the children that you have. Although those children will get something right because he's definitely the parent or the father of those children. But what about you? You don't want to lose out. This is why we are telling you to do it the right way. Now, the first way to get married properly under the law is to comply with the provision of the law regarding time. Time, my ladies. I'm saying ladies, well, not just ladies. I think men to have all these dreamy ideas of
both
wedding.
gender.
You want to do destination wedding. You want to get married on the sea by 9 o'clock in the night. You want to get married by 2 a.m. in the middle of the night where it's dark and your lights can be popping.
And the stars are shining.
Yes.
And the makeup is on point.
And the moon, is perfect. So the law says that you should get married between the hours of 8 a.m. in the morning till 6 p.m. in the evening. Any wedding ceremony that you do, apart from your reception, we know you're just partying, right? After that 6 p.m., my dear, it is invalid.
Then the age of the partners or the people getting married.
So the marriageable age.
Which has to be marriageable age at least, and the law says 21. So please make sure that you're 21 or above, and then we can know that okay, this marriage is valid, and not just 21. That's consent on both sides.
Right.
Yeah,
Not
and
18, no. You know, most times we believe 18 is the adult age, right? Once you're 18, you can drive. Once you're 18, you can get voters card. 21 for marriage. 2 and 1.
well, I think even if you are not 21 years, so far you have consent of the father or the mother or the guardian, I
Yes.
think you are good to go to in that
Okay.
instance.
Yes.
And also, part of this requirement is that it should be conducted by a licensed minister. When we talk about licensed church, we are saying that this church is, registered under
Under
CAC, Corporate Affairs Commission. So, to ensure that, yes, so the certificate you are getting from this church is a legal one that you can tender anywhere at any time.
Yes.
It's
And
going to be regarded as a legal certificate, legal marriage certificate, not just any certificate.
but if your church is not licensed, you should go to the registry. Yes, but if your church is licensed, you don't necessarily have to go to the next registry. But you can still do that of your licensed church and still go to the registry anyhow.
Same,
you want.
Your choice.
You understand? But if your church is not licensed, ensure you carry out due diligence to ensure that your church is licensed. If your church is not licensed, that means you have to go to the registry. Otherwise, you just collect their blessing, that marriage is not going to be valid. Yes.
Yeah, so please, we are begging you,
Employing.
Please do it the right way.
do it the right way. Ensure that you do proper due diligence before you decide that yes, you want to say I do to this person.
So that when you get married, every benefit that accrues to marriage, you'll be able to enjoy them. That's to the total maximum. And then you will not just have regrets. Maybe something, God forbid, some circumstance should arise tomorrow. You know that
you
you're
cannot-
well protected. That's
Yeah.
why we are doing this. Not just to educate you, but for you to understand that you need to do it right.
Right. I mean, it's a once in a lifetime event, so why not just
Indeed.
take the pain to
Go through
go through it
that
properly
process.
and follow due diligence. Anyway, we've come to the end of this show. I personally, I love it. I enjoyed it, and I'm sure my
Yeah.
guests did too. And
We
the
did.
next one
Yeah, we did.
So we're going to be closing the show at this stage. Make sure you watch this video. Don't just watch it. Share it for your friends and family members to also benefit, so that they don't fall victim of what we've just discussed. We'll see you in the next video. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe, like, share, comment.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
day.